Hey y'all. Hey Harvey. Hey Kiana G. I want to shout y'all out while I'm in here. And let me go pull up the thing so I can get into it. Because y'all know this is our little meetup time before we go live. Y'all, I got a drawstring wig. I'm going to show y'all it in a minute. I did from Love Me. I'm going to show y'all it in a minute. Hey, Princess Z. Hey, Sleeping Beauty. Y'all know we come here to congregate first and foremost. And that's what we doing right now before I get on camera. I'm just finishing up a couple things with this hair before I come on live, because I want y'all to see it, because it's the drawstring wig. I wanted to try one of their drawstring adjustment wigs, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm so happy I did. I'm so happy I did. The drawstring does everything. The lace is already bleached to where it looks like the color of my scalp. So I'm gonna show y'all in it. You said I I had to give it to my sister. It didn't fit my hair right. Was it too small or too big? Because they're making them now with the drawstrings so that you can adjust them as necessary. They're usually too big for my head. But you can return Love Me wigs. I returned the braid wig that I had. I did. I returned the braid wig because I just didn't. It was too much hair all around my face. It was a problem. It was a problem. Yeah, you know, Amanda, hold on, watch when y'all see me dragging them in my little Hello Kitty onesie. You was looking for wigs last night for beginners? Girl, if it's a beginner wig thing, I would just do Love Me. Oh, let me grab what I need to, while we talking, let me make sure I get my stuff right, because yeah, we gotta, let me go into my chat, no, not the new chat, I need to go into the history. Oh, where is my history? Okay, here they are. Okay, because we gotta go over this Christianity thing, and then I got some videos to show too to prove my point. You know, I'm not anticipating that there's gonna be people who actually come up. I don't know if there's gonna be people who actually come up. And if y'all know how to go live on TikTok, well, one of y'all show me. And then I can probably go live on TikTok too. Next time I do a live stream like this, I can go live on TikTok too, because a lot of people have been asking me to go live on TikTok. I know TikTok is super censored though. Like, I don't like how censored. Anything that's more censored than YouTube is kind of like a problem to me. Let me see if I'm ready to be on camera. Oh, let me go into my settings really quickly. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, let me turn on my camera, see what we got going on over here. If we can get it going. And we can. And we are. So, hold on, y'all, here we go. Y'all see little Jaspy over here? Y'all see him? He's sleeping. Florabella, you said welcome to Darius Hitton. Yeah, so this is the wig. You do got the drawstring. So y'all, this is the drawstring, just so y'all see. This is the drawstring, and it tightens it up. But you can put it in the back, is what you can put like the drawstring in the back. So that it does, you can put the drawstring back here so that it doesn't show. But yeah, I liked this one. I was like, okay, well, let me try this drawstring thing so I can stop sewing. Because normally I would, the lace is the lace is right here. You can't really tell. The lace is here. And I don't have glue on with this either. I just have the drawstring. But this is the lace. It blends really good, don't it? And mind you, I didn't do anything to this wig except move the part. Yeah, this is Love Me. All I did is move this part over. It was a middle part, and I just made it a side part. That's the only thing I did. Is make it a side part. Put a little oil in it to, you know, fix the hair down because it's kind of poofed up. This is straight out of the box, though. This thing is straight out of the box. Yeah, so that's, and it got the little adjusting drawstring, as y'all saw back here, the little adjusting drawstring. So is on here snug and secure. It's not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, I like Love Me. They last for a long time too. So if you get Love Me, is gonna last. They do have yucky hair. They do have yucky hair. This isn't yucky hair, but I don't think this is yucky. I said lackey. Look at me. I don't think this is yucky, but they do have it, and they do have it with the drawstring. Sorry, I turned off my camera because I'm fixing my mascara really quickly. But yeah, do y'all think people are about to sit up here and call in? Probably not. Yo, Nicki Minaj is getting heat on her. She really is. Like, there's so many different reactions to Nicki Minaj. Rihanna came out and called her a clown. Joe Budden, who cares about, I don't think Nicki Minaj care about Joe Budden's support, but Joe Budden came out and said he ain't supporting her. Like, a lot of celebrities are coming out and giving their opinion. Lizzo had an opinion too. Lizzo's opinion was really, you can tell she was carefully selecting what she was saying. Rihanna just came out and called her a clown. So I'm more appreciative of Rihanna's. I'm more into what Rihanna is saying. Like, Rihanna said, you was a clown ass bitch, and I'm for that, because it is. But essentially, Nicki Minaj is associating herself and aligning herself with the party that's going to accept her husband. And it really just is what it is. This is the party that will accept her husband. And Nicki knows that. Nicki knows that her husband and Trump have been convicted of the same thing. So Nicki knows that if anybody is going to support her husband, it's go be these people over here. Because there is a lot of other politicians who are over there. I need to get into the studio. I need to get into my YouTube studio while I'm talking to y'all and come in here and fix this. But yeah, Nicki Minaj is going where her husband will be accepted. Because Nicki Minaj is the only person you never see with her husband. You never notice how you literally never see Nicki Minaj with her husband. She has a husband. Nicki Minaj has a husband, but you never see her with her husband, and that's because Nicki can't take her husband nowhere. Like, she literally cannot take her husband anywhere. She just can't. So it just is what it is. It just is what it is. She can't take him nowhere with her. So that's what's going on. Hold on, y'all. I need to do something real quick. Why did I forget to take myself off mute? It's because I'm in the studio right while I'm talking to y'all. I'm in the YouTube studio because I'm doing something behind the scenes. I'm doing something for when we put it live for YouTube is what I'm doing. You said Rihanna spoke the truth. She is. She's the clown. This is clown behavior. I don't like even if you think of it being a business move, because it's not really hard to grasp but what Nicki Minaj is doing and why she's doing it. We know that she thinks she's being strategic, but she's really not being strategic because Nicki Minaj simply didn't Nicki Minaj simply, is this something else? I mean, hold on, because I think this is something else too. Oh, y'all, I have something else. Okay, so yeah, so sorry, y'all, I was looking at this. There was this old thing that came up. It was, because I'm trying to find, I have some videos on Christians that I want to play because I want to show yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, we about to this because they ain't no listen. If they're gonna try to make if they're gonna try to make Christianity the law of the land, then we need to dissect it. Look, y'all want to hear what Lizzo said about Nicki Minaj? Let's get into it.
Like this, celebrities' opinions of other celebrities does not matter.
Oh, I have to get my speaker. Okay, now I know what I need to go get. So let me go get my speaker before we start because I see that I don't have my speaker. So hold on. Hold on. Y'all, I was looking for my speaker and it's literally right in front of me. Yeah, so literally it's right here. And I got up and looked I got up and was just looking all over. Let me tell you, I was in my room looking for this and it's literally sitting right here at the desk. But I didn't see it. I don't know why I didn't see the speaker. I know, Kiana G, but I did have it. That's the thing. I did actually have the speaker right here. The speaker was actually sitting right in front of me when I got up to go get it. It was sitting right in front of me. I just didn't see it.
60%.
So, we gonna get into it because I want to share this thing.
CYNG and LAPTOP FU56MSS4.
My opinion of her does not matter, but what I will tell you is you're about to see an influx of people who see that it is more profitable and more beneficial to join that side. You're gonna see it. It already started, and it's gonna continue. This is his first year. This is Trump's first year as president. We got 3 more years of people who are going to surprise you. And it's going to hurt your feelings and it's going to disappoint you. And you have to know that, like, there's money behind everything. There are privileges behind every move people in these positions make. And I'm not surprised. So I'm getting texts like about Nikki, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know. Then, you know, I researched and saw what was going on, and I'm gonna say it like this: celebrities' opinions of other celebrities does not matter. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. So my opinion of her does not matter. But what I will tell you is you're about to see an influx of people who see that it is more profitable and more beneficial to join that side.
And I'm gonna say this. Here's the thing. The reason why a lot of these black celebrities like Nicki Minaj think that they can do this and easily get away with it, and I'm not gonna take a loss, and I'm still gonna have the barbs, and come out and try to stand 10 toes down and be unapologetic about what they're doing. The reason that is the case is because of no other reason than this. They know that black people don't stand for anything. So they know that black people can be paid. I mean, we literally saw that in the PW Botha letter. It already said, basically, you can pay black people to do anything and they'll do it, because they don't really, like, black people don't really stand for anything. I mean, I think it's quite obvious. And so, black women specifically, bottom line is, 1, black women don't defend themselves, and number 2, black women have shown the world that they'll take a huge amount of disrespect and still support the people who are disrespecting them. So it comes down to this: if you want celebrities to actually support you the same way that you support them, then the bottom line is you are going to then need to give consequences to celebrities when they don't. You will have to. And if you ain't giving those consequences to celebrities, they gonna continue to do what they're doing. Because one thing that I did see black women doing, which guarantee there's a mixed response from black women. So I'm not gonna say black women ain't standing for anything. I'm not gonna say black women or letting Nicki Minaj do whatever she doing. It's divided. It's divided. Some black women are for it and still saying, well, it doesn't matter. Nicki can politically align herself with whoever she wants to, and granted, that's true. People also can choose to support her or not. So, yeah, I can breathe. You said it. It's because Nicki knows she'll still have fans, and she shouldn't. I can tell you who ain't gonna stand for it. The LGBTQ community, they ain't gonna keep backing her, because they stand for something. The LGBTQ community stands for something. So a lot of her fans are within the LGBTQ community. Do y'all think the LGBTQ community ain't about to be as forgiving to Nicki Minaj? Because she is directly aligning herself with someone who is against her fan base. She's against her fan base. She lost me as a listener, follower, and subscriber. She got blocked on all platforms. Yeah, ain't no way I'm gonna give my money Because here's the thing, when black women were losing jobs, which black women still are, Nikki is saying nothing about that. Nikki ain't said nothing about the fact that this Trump administration is responsible for the fact that a lot of black women now, tons of them, over 500,000 black women have lost their jobs. So this is not just about Nikki and her political affiliation on a surface level. Most of Nikki's fan bases, black women, and she's failed to say anything about black women losing their jobs. But she over there advocating for Christians though. She over there with Turning Point USA, tied to the very administration who caused black women to lose their jobs. That is a thing though. That is a thing. Yep, you gotta end the one-sided parasocial relationships with these celebrities. Exactly. That needs to happen. But why did they choose Nikki? What is Nikki hiding? They chose Nikki because she was already on that wavelength. This is why I said I'm not surprised. Nikki been sitting up here tweeting out, celebrating Trump too. Now, what people are doing is going and finding how Nikki flip-flop. Because Nikki was sitting up there dragging Melania. Nikki was dragging J.D. Vance. Nikki had a lot to say about Trump before she realized that administration is the only administration that's going to turn a blind eye to her husband. Just like majority of people who black women support. Yep, don't give up about them. Yep. And that's what black women show. They showed it with Cardi B. They show it all the time. I heard that she can vote. No, she can't. She can't. And that's what that tells you how desperate the Republican Party are. The reason the Republican Party is this desperate, they're trying to get Nicki Minaj to get black voters. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get Nicki Minaj to get black voters because Democrats won a bunch of positions. The Democrats won a bunch of positions in the House. Democrats won a bunch of Republican seats in different political positions. And Gavin Newsom's gerrymandering was approved. So they're literally trying to make sure that Trump doesn't get put out in the midterms. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure that they're going to be in this administration still after the midterms. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get black votership. That's what they're trying to do. And they're using Nicki Minaj to try to get black votership. It doesn't matter if Nicki Minaj is not a citizen. She cannot vote herself, which means she shouldn't even be a part of any. If you can't vote, you should not be a part of the political discourse. Ma'am, you can't even vote. Why do you have an opinion on something that you're literally not included in? So you already know what this is. Nikki is an influential black woman who have a whole bunch of black females who vote, whose vote really matters more than black men do. They're trying to get the black female vote. That's what they're trying to do. And Nicki Minaj's longevity there is going to depend on how effectively she can get other black women to align themselves with the conservative party. That's what they're trying to do. That is what they're paying her for. And the reason why they chose Nicki Minaj is, one, because she's a buffoon. 2, she'll fall for it and she can be used. And 3, she has an extreme influence over black women. That's why. That's why. And that's why you have this situation happening. And anybody who thinks that Trump literally just bombed Nigeria for any other reason other than natural resources is silly. It's silly. And then Trump is supposed to be, this is how you know Christianity is evil. Trump is supposed to be talking to Nigeria more than bombing them. Because in the Bible, you ain't supposed to be just going willy-nilly bombing people. You're not. Yet all of these Christians are rallying on and hyping up some violence, yes, yet again. Yet again, they're hyping up violence because this is what Christianity does. You said you think it's all a fail. In the long run, it likely is going to be one huge fail. In the long run, yeah, it likely will be. One huge fail. I don't see how it could be positive for Nikki. You said I dated a Nigerian. He probably losing it right now. Yeah, I don't know what's going over there with Nigeria, but I do think it's interesting how, where is Africa's military force? It tells you a lot about black men if at any given time the U.S. can bomb Nigeria or any African country and they are ill-equipped to defend themselves. Gavin Newsom used Meg's lyrics against her on Instagram. Nicki Minaj is dumb to be going after Gavin Newsom. Don't Nicki Minaj live in California? And you starting to beef with the mayor of California? Yeah, the fact that Nikki chose the man that she chose says a lot about her mentality. It does. Yeah, she's not for women. She's not for women. She's male identifying, and those women are dangerous. They don't have one. It's Russia and France. That's the African. Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Listen, again, so like I said, black people are never prepared for white supremacist attacks. This is an intellectual issue. At the end of the day, this is becoming an intellectual issue. It really is becoming an intellectual issue. This is becoming an intellectual issue on black people. Like, I don't care what, like, I get that AI steers clear of saying groups of people are just dumb. But if all the evidence is leaning towards you being stupid, then really, at what point can the conclusion be made? So we just ain't gonna never make the conclusion that there's an intellectual issue happening. We ain't gonna do it. I guess we not gonna do it. Y'all tell me when y'all ready to go live on YouTube. Y'all ready to go live? We are 4 minutes before we should be going live. Africa produces a lot of natural resources. I personally don't believe Africa will ever be bombed. Well, Nigeria was just bombed. So, but believe it or not, well, Trump is taking credit for a bombing in Nigeria. So you can say you don't think Africa will be bombed. Obviously, ain't nobody ever about to throw a huge nuke on Africa, obviously. Clearly, like ain't nobody about to drop no huge nuke on the continent. That ain't gonna happen. But a certain country, yeah, I do believe that that's what happened, and I don't believe it's over Christians. It's not over Christians, though. I do know that. And it's definitely not over Christians. Trump is not even a Christian. He couldn't care less about Christians. Like, Trump couldn't care less. But if he knows people are dumb enough to believe it, and they are, but it does say something that they targeted Nigeria, which means other nations are on deck possibly, or other nations don't have the resources that Nigeria does. Nigeria has a natural resource called uranium that can be used for nuclear weapons. It also have natural resources that can be used for AI. We'll get mods like Murder Magic Tricks. Let me make you a mod. Let me come in here and mod some people up. Here we go with her. Okay. Hey, Themis. Yeah, we about to start this up and we'll see if we can get some people to call in. My guess is that they won't. I'm telling y'all that now. I don't think they're gonna call in. We know that Christians tend to be very dishonest, so they probably ain't gonna call in. They're probably not gonna call in. We will go over the information. They have lithium and oil. Yeah, they have that too. This is not about saving Christians. It's about natural resources. This is white people doing what they've been doing, using violence to steal resources under the guise of saving somebody, when that's not what they're doing. So it's just like, I don't have time for lies and foolishness. I really don't. And there's nothing in me that's willing to even mildly think that, oh, Trump just cares so much about the Christians. Trump just want to save all these black Christians. As he's calling their country a shithole, he want to save Nigerian Christians as he shits on Nigeria? Really? Really? We go play some of these videos before we get into the history of it. I'm just picking a few videos that I picked up.
These pastors who failed to be.
Okay. Yeah, we got a few videos.
Okay, so I was asked a question.
Because y'all know today, or right now, is definitely the time. Yeah. Can I show y'all some Christian psychosis really quickly? Okay, let's get it. Y'all look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Let's play it.
To himself, and he's doing
some Christian lunacy.
days. I feel like God has really been like calling me to himself, and he's given me the grace to have a hunger and a thirst and a desire for him like I've never had before. And so during this time, he's really been sharing with me a lot of things and uncovering a lot of things in my life that are just not okay with him. And so one of the things that has come up is Spelman College and the covenant that I made with the demon that is operating behind Spelman College, and the demonic covenants that are there, and all of the rituals and all of the things that are going on. I'll say that, going to Spelman College, now a lot of people know what Spelman College is, right? It's claimed to be one of the most illustrious, female black women colleges in the nation, or in the world, really, right? And so it's very sought after, very prestigious in the black community and in many
This is religious psychosis.
In like the last 90 days, I feel like God has really been like calling me to himself, and he's given me the grace to have a hunger and a thirst and a desire for him like I've never had before. And so during this time, he's really been sharing with me a lot.
Most Christian churches wouldn't buy a hungry baby a can of milk, a social experience. I can't with these people. Yeah, we about to get into it. But yeah, this is what Christianity brings out in people. Keep in mind, when we have this discussion, one fact that will be highlighted that cannot be disputed is that Christianity can't even make Christians stop lying. I'll say it again. Christianity can't even get Christians to not lie. It can't even get Christians to not lie. So let's see, what good is a religion if it can't even get its parishioners to do something basic like not lie? Because Christians are some of the most deceptive people on the face of the planet. They are literally some of the most dishonest people, and they're gonna prove it. They gonna prove it to you too. They gonna prove it to you too. So let me get into this. Let me get into this because Christians are about to prove our point. They about to prove every point that's about to be made here. And especially, you know they are. They gonna show that they judgmental. They gonna show that they're unkind. They gonna show that they're dishonest. And we know they are. And we gonna see how angry and aggressive and mean and rude and nasty they are. Yep, it don't matter the race. That's why we ain't gonna talk about the race, because these people act the same in general. like they act the same in general. They act the same. I saw something like that last year. I mean, they do play with demonic stuff when it comes to the Greeks, but I guess we should stay blind to that. Christianity is demonic. Christianity got y'all symbolically eating somebody's body and drinking their blood. That's called cannibalism. Christianity got y'all over there performing rituals and putting blood across doors and burning frankincense and myrrh. I think you probably need to get into the occultism of Christianity. But if you don't, I'm going to for you. If you don't, you came to the right place. God hates divorce when literally the Bible says to get a divorce. This is how God hating divorce is one of the lies Christians perpetuate. It's one of the lies Christians perpetuate. Because if God hated divorce, why would God be telling people to get divorced? If God hated ABs, why would there be a cocktail for an AB in the abortion in the Bible? Why? Yep, the blood of Jesus. Yeah, it does sound like blood magic. It does. It promotes necrophilia. It promotes necromancy. It promotes witchcraft, like everything. They overlooking that part of because they're deceptive. They're deceptive. If you talk to them, you see how deceptive they are. That's what I'm saying. It can't bring anything good to humanity if it can't even bring anything good to the parishioners. It's just like it can't even bring nothing good to the parishioners. The people who subscribe to this religion do not become better people, they become worse people. Yes, there's something about ABs in the Bible by the name of a miscarriage. Communion is literally a blood and cannibalistic ritual. It is. And if anybody's ever gone to a Catholic church, you know you dealing with witchcraft. Because your body will respond to it. Mine did. When I went, because there was somebody that I knew who was a Catholic, so I just went to a service with that person. Listen, y'all ain't telling me Catholicism ain't witchcraft. What I experienced in there certainly was. Your first mistake was judging Christianity based off okay, come on up, Lil Reese. Here, let me pin this. Let me go ahead. Let me tell y'all the rules, because we gonna drop the link, because it sounds like somebody got some smoke, so we gonna let y'all come up here. You said my first mistake was judging Christianity based off the actions of people instead of the grace of God. Christianity is the people. That's what else are you supposed to base it off of? And unless you're going to come up here and prove the existence of God, which is one of the rules, if you're going to emphasize the existence of God, I need you to prove it. I'm going to need you to bring some proof other than that Bible. That's what I'm going to need you to do. So, bottom line is, the discussion is going to be had. You can get triggered if you want to, or you can prove me wrong. I'm giving people the opportunity to prove me wrong. That's why it says, prove me wrong. Come up and prove me wrong. If you think I'm wrong, prove me. Prove it. Here, let me drop the link. You said you don't care to prove me wrong? Okay, so what you coming up here for then? If you ain't gonna prove me wrong, what you coming up here to do? You wanna argue? We can argue if you want to, but you gonna prove something. Whatever you coming up here to say, you need to be ready to prove it. Cause this ain't the live stream, and this is not the person where you just get to come up and say anything that ain't gonna be challenged. Whatever you say, you gonna justify it, and if you don't, you gonna get bumped off. And you can't justify it with your own personal experiences, because I can't prove your personal experiences. You can be lying, and if you are a Christian, it is likely that you are lying. So the bottom line of it is, if you come up here, be prepared to validate what you're saying, because you ain't about to come up here just saying anything. You not. They just gonna say you're going to hell, yeah, and then they go prove the existence of hell. Because you're not gonna tell me I'm going to a location that you ain't even proved exists. You're not gonna do that. The link is here. But for now, we gonna get into this, because listen, we already know that Christianity has been talked about for a while. If y'all know me, then you know nearly since I've come to YouTube, in I won't say 2015 when I posted the first video, because there was nearly a year between that first video and another one. So I'm gonna say since at least 2018, before 2018, but at least since 2018, I've been on YouTube talking about the problem with Christianity. Every single time I've talked about the issue with this religion that I was indoctrinated into too. So I'm not speaking on something that I don't know intimately. I'm not speaking on something that I don't know intimately. I was a Christian for most of my life. Just like black people, every black person in this country, I inherited Christianity. Because that's how people typically become religious affiliated. They either inherit it from birth, or they are attracted to it because of some trauma. You either inherit it, or it's trauma based. You experience some trauma in your life that you don't understand, so you run to religion, such as going to prison, the unaliving of a family member, or just anything. What people are not saying is, I went on a spiritual quest and it led me to Christianity. There is none of that. They may say it, but they gonna be lying. They may say it, but they gonna be lying. Because the Christian will try to get you to believe that God done came down and showed himself. So by definition, they are male worshipers. By definition, they are male worshipers because they worship a male God. So they will either tell you, they'll lie. They go either lie and act like they did some research and traveled the world to find the spiritual truth that led them to Christianity. We know if a black person is saying that, they are lying, because most black people don't even possess passports. Most black people don't travel outside of their city, let alone going to establish holy lands and doing research. You're not doing that. You're inheriting it from your parents. Or you went through some trauma and you went there. But most people are not going to religion of sound mind. They're not. They're not choosing to go to religion. They're not going to religion because they did research. They're not going to religion because God came to them and validated the religion. They're in the religion because they inherited it. Period. And then what they'll try to do is they'll try to validate inheriting that belief by lying. So we typically hear black people lying and saying Christianity is the original black, it was on the continent first. No, it was on the continent when the Persians took it to the continent. Then it got onto the continent. But it was on the continent after the Persians brought it. It is not the native religion to Africans. So first you're going to have to acknowledge that a lot of these people are highly deceptive. They lie a lot. Like I said, Christianity doesn't even make Christians better people. That's why you just saw a Christian come in here wrapped in arrogance and cowardliness because they still ain't came up. Christianity did not originate in Ethiopia. It wasn't even in Ethiopia until white Persians brought it into Ethiopia when they invaded it. We didn't say colonized, we said invaded. There's a difference, learn it. There's a difference between somebody invading a country and colonizing it. So while Ethiopia has not been colonized, it has been invaded multiple times. One time was when the Persians went over there and brought Christianity. That's how it got into Ethiopia. It is not the native religion to Ethiopia, period. But black Christians will lie and tell you it is. They'll lie and try to rewrite the Bible. They'll tell you you interpret it wrong. That's the number one deceptive tactics Christians use is, oh, you interpreted the wrong way. Oh, you gotta read every single scripture before and after it because we're too dumb to pick up on context clues. So we have to read everything surrounding it to understand it. Yeah, my brain works differently. I use context clues and inferences. Now, y'all might not know what context clues and inferences are, because we do got a big illiteracy issue. And illiteracy is not just about you not being able to read. It's about you not being able to read or comprehend what you're reading. Most Christians, I would venture to say, don't comprehend what they read. They don't comprehend what they read. And we know they have low comprehension because, again, they can't pick up on context clues. They can't make inferences. They need to read everything before, during, and after just to get the point. So they're already telling you they're coming from a place of a learning deficit. Because if you can't pick up on context clues, if you need to read everything surrounding one verse before it and after it to understand it, you're slow. You have a problem. You have a comprehension problem at that point. That means you have a comprehension problem. So I'm going to treat them accordingly to their brain set. If you are a religious person that I know, then I'm probably going to have to dumb some stuff down for you. I'm probably going to have to dumb it down a lot. But the reason we're having this discussion is because there is a group of people who are in the White House who are attempting, hold on, let me close my window. Hang on a minute, let me say something. I think my sister might be out here blowing this horn somewhere with, no, because she could call me. Yeah, I don't think that's my sister, because she would call me. Anyway. Yeah, he's trying to figure out who's out there too. But there is a group in the White House, a group of Christian nationalists, who is trying to force this religion on the country. They're trying to force this religion that's produced absolutely nothing good, it's done absolutely nothing positive for humanity, because while y'all haven't done the research I have, but if you don't trust the research, again, you can come prove me wrong. That's the good thing. The good thing is I can be wrong and you get to prove me wrong if you think I'm wrong, because I'm making a definitive statement, a conclusive statement, a statement that we about to back up. Because I already know off the top of y'all head, y'all can't think of any good that Christianity exclusively brought to humanity. I know you can't. I know you can't. And the reason you can't is because it hasn't. The reason you can't think of one good thing Christianity has brought to humanity, you can't think of one way in which Christianity improved humanity, is because it has not. Freedom of religion is the right, yeah. And ain't nobody telling you to not be a Christian. I'm not telling you to not be a Christian. I'm not telling you to not be one. You can be one if you want to. It doesn't have anything to do with me. But I'm saying if this is supposed to be the law of the land, then we should probably be delving in if this is actually good for the land. And it's not good for the land. So, we know recently a woman did a social experiment. She did a social experiment, and we know that her social experiment was very revealing about Christians. But we gonna get into that. But first, I want to show y'all this Christian nationalism. This Christian nationalism. This is what needs to be talked about. Listen to this.
Be able to vote. His fellow pastors Jared Longshore and Toby Sumter agree.
In my ideal society, we would vote as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote. But
There are some who have gone so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that.
Pete DUI Heads has shared this Christian nationalist pastor's opinion that women shouldn't be able to vote. And I need to be very clear, as someone who was raised in Christian nationalism, who was a Christian nationalist, who was raised in Christian fundamentalism, they all believe this way. And do not let them gaslight you and say, no, we don't, he's extreme. He is not the extreme, he is the norm. Women, in this belief system, you are not an equal human, you are a broodmare. Your purpose is to have as many children for your husband as possible and to serve him for your entire life. You don't get to make decisions on your own. Your dad makes them for you until your husband makes them for you. You don't own your body. You don't get any choices. You don't get autonomy. You don't get to vote. You don't get higher education. You don't get a career. You don't get anything, because nothing says I am secure in my superiority, then I have to oppress the shit out of everyone else so they can't compete with me. Because here's the thing is they know that if women have options and choices, they won't choose them. They won't choose to stay in an abusive relationship.
Nope.
Eventually they'll leave. That's why in the church with Christian marriage counseling that was founded by an atheist, they tell women in abusive marriages, oh, you just need to submit more. You're just not meeting his needs. But they have no sense of accountability for that when it comes to men. And you know how I know that? Because Pete Hegseth, who's out here touting biblical marriage, not only has had multiple marriages, but his youngest child was born while he and his girlfriend were still married to other people. That is the standard in Christian nationalism. This has nothing to do with the Bible. It has nothing, this is not biblical. The Bible doesn't talk about voting, you fucking moron. This is about subjugation and maintaining power, because they cannot maintain it unless they oppress women. They cannot maintain it unless they oppress minorities, because they are not superior and they know it. They can only win a rigged game, but I need you to understand that this is exactly what they believe. This is exactly what they intend to do. Women, they plan to take your ability to make your own medical decisions away from you. It used to be that your doctor would talk to your husband for your medical choices. They plan to take your birth control away from you because they think it interferes with the will of God, when in reality what it does is it gives women choice and doesn't make them slaves. This is about the control of women 100%, and this is exactly what they intend to do. When Trump was elected the first time, I said they're going to overturn Roe. Nobody believed me. The second time I said they were going to try to take away women's right to vote, and a girl from high school came on Facebook and ripped my ass about it, calling me a liar. Audra, you got something to say? Your people have the hoods off. I need you guys to pay attention, and you need to be ready to fight for everything you believe in more than you have ever wanted anything in your entire life, because these people have been prepping for 50 years to do this, and they will take everything from us if we allow them to. But this is the norm, not the exception, and do not let people convince you otherwise. I will be dead before I'm not free.
And says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be.
Now, notice how Christianity is marked by oppression, what I can take from someone, how I can deprive them, how can I oppress this person. Put a 1 in the chat box if you've heard a Christian reference the religion in terms of a good behavior. For example, how many times have you heard a Christian say, oh, God wanted me to give this person some money. God wanted me to help this person out. God wanted me to give emotional support to this person. Because I ain't never heard it. I have heard I can't like this person because the Bible said I can't. I gotta discriminate against the LGBTQ community because the Bible doesn't like them. I have to hate this group of people because my religion says I need to hate them. I have to take away women's rights and abuse them because my religion says women shouldn't have rights and women are beneath men. You got hierarchy. You got division. You got oppression, you got crusades, you got burning of women, you got child abuse, you got every demonic atrocity under on the planet. Every single negative thing that inflicts humanity comes through this religion. Comes through this religion. But you have a political party who wants to make this the law of the land. They want to force this on everyone. Princess Z says, showing my respect, I'm a Christian. The most scandalous people I've ever came across are Christians. Remember, it was Christians who burned women, accused them of witchcraft, Salem witch trials. Yep. And that's what we're going to get into when we get into the unique negativity that Christianity brought to humanity, because Christianity did bring something to humanity. It wasn't good though. It ain't good. And there's some things exclusively that Christianity has brought to humanity, none of them good. Again, if anybody disagree, you can take the link, you can come up and you can prove me wrong, because we gonna keep getting into it. Let's get into this. Because rather than do the research manually myself, I told ChatGPT to do the research. Now, I don't know what y'all use this for, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I use this. What I use it for? I use it for research purposes. So, what we about to do some research. In just a minute, give me 1 second, y'all. I just need to pull something up, because we about to do, well, ChatGPT did the research for us. So we gonna look over the history since Christianity has been introduced to humanity. We already know how it was introduced to black people, so we don't even need to go over black people. We literally don't even need to go over this with black people. We already know how Christianity became a thing in the black community. We just do. But we about to go over the real impact of Christianity on the world. That's what we about to do. I'm just doing one thing, y'all. Just give me 1 second. I just need to do something. Oh, no. That wasn't it. Alright, now I got it back on here. Alright, sorry, I just had to do something. Alright, so now we're gonna get into it. Because I asked this twice. On 2 different occasions, I asked it twice just to get consistency. Again, if anybody disagrees with this, if anybody has an issue with this, if anybody take any problem with any of the information presented here, and you have any information that contradicts any of this, if you have any proof of any good that Christianity has brought to humanity, by all means come and check me. By all means come and check me. Come and correct me. Come and prove me wrong. I want to be wrong. The problem is that I'm right. Let's get into this. So I said, what net positivity does Christianity bring to humanity? Positivity that reflects reality, is measurable, provable, and not hypothetical. Now, mind you, this is saying there's very little that is both unique to Christianity and measurability tied to its truth claims. It's saying this is the long answer, but here's the thing. These are not net positivity that is exclusive to Christianity. See, not uniquely Christian does not validate Christian doctrine. So we don't need these because these are not unique to Christianity. So we're going down here to my other question. It needs to be exclusive to Christianity and a positive that cannot come from anything else. Why does it need to be exclusive to Christianity? Because if you can get these same positivity from somewhere else, why do you need Christianity? Why do you need Christianity if you can get the positivity from somewhere else? If Christianity is bringing no exclusive good to humanity, then why do you need it? But, then the honest answer is there is no measurable, provable, reality-based positive that is exclusive to Christianity and cannot come from anything else. None, zero. You said you don't think the link I posted is on other channels? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Oh, you mean the join link. Okay, you mean the join link. Okay, let me get the join link and I'll put it, give me 1 second. Let me put the join link. I know what you're talking about now. I actually have to email it to myself, so give me just 1 second. Because you're talking about the link for people to join. Okay. So let me go into my email and I'll pin it to the chat box in the other one so y'all can come up. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, so I'm putting another link in there. And we are going to pin this one to the comments in just a second. I have to be able to get this so that I can, somebody put a comment in there please, because I'm on my phone and one of these little emojis that I don't know how to take off is blocking my ability to pin this. Jasper, you sound congested. Okay, so let me go back to this. Because I asked this twice, just for consistency. I asked it twice. And when I tell y'all, there just isn't any good. There just isn't any good that this religion brought. There just isn't any. There's just none. There's no good that came from it. And your personal experiences, again, don't matter because one, you as one person isn't the sum of humanity. And you aren't even the sum of Christians. And number two, we can't validate anything that you say you experienced personally. We can't validate that. But this is saying the honest answer is there is no measurable, provable, reality-based positive that is exclusive to Christianity and cannot come from anything else. None, zero, not one. So test Christianity against your criteria. You ask for something that is all four: positive, measurable, provable, exclusive to Christianity, cannot arise anywhere else. Christianity fails at number 4 every single time. And it's going to fail at number 4 every single time because humanity does not need Christianity. Male conquest and patriarchy needs Christianity. It just is what it is. Common claims and why they fail: exclusivity. Charity exists in every human society, religion, and secular system. Charity predates Christianity. It evolves naturally in cooperative species. It is not exclusive to Christianity. Christianity did not bring charity or charitable behaviors to humanity. Moral framework: it didn't bring morality because humans already had it. Christians borrowed heavily from Jewish law, Greek philosophy, Roman civic ethics, moral prohibitions. Murder, theft, lying existed thousands of years earlier. Derivative, not original. Human dignity: all souls are equal. Christianity historically violated this constantly with slavery, caste hierarchies, and gender subjugation. Modern human rights come from Enlightenment secularism, not doctrine. Post-Christian correction, not Christian achievement. So again, Christianity ain't even bringing equality to humans. It ain't even bringing equality to humans. Hi, Tanasia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Do you want to tell us what you want to be called and then respond to the prompt?
Okay.
Yes,
My name is Lisa.
Okay, and do you want to respond to the prompt?
Okay.
Okay.
I just have
some questions if you can define what you mean by Christianity, because that's important. It's important to me.
Ma'am, are you a Christian?
I go
by the word of God, absolutely.
Okay, so you don't know what Christianity means?
People
mean different things. You should know that.
Do you know what Christianity means?
I know.
Because here's the thing. What we're not going to do is, because I said Christians are going to prove my point. You are a Christian. You're being extremely deceptive right off the bat. Like I said, Christianity can't even make Christians be honest. It can't even make you be honest.
Yeah,
do you see what I'm talking about? You're not even being honest.
This is your platform. This is your platform. This is your definitions. Yet I'm the one that goes by the word of God. And I also take cause against these people.
So you go by the word of God, can you prove the existence of your God?
I don't
want to.
Can you? So, Tanasia, I'm going to ask you again, can you prove the existence of your God?
Why?
Then don't mention it. Then don't mention your God. If you cannot prove the existence of your God, don't mention your God.
I can talk
about my God.
No, you're not up here. You won't. No. Okay. Bye. All right. Bye. Again, Christians are going to prove me right every single time. They're going to prove me right every single time. Argumentative. Again, Christians are supposed to be gentle, kind, humble, meek, and patient. They're supposed to be gentle, kind, humble, meek, and patient. Did she display it? No. She immediately came up here with the deception. She immediately came up here being deceptive. Precious, you're up here.
Hello. What I want
to say to the public, I agree.
I had a
lot of expectations with Christians.
And Christos, it came from Christos. Christos, it means basically you're dumb. That's the basis of it. A lot of Christians, they have not dug into the definition of a Christian and then broke down the word itself. A lot of Christians, they don't even read their own Bible. And what they have to understand is, you guys have to start taking accountability. It doesn't matter what group you are. That does not mean that you are a good person. Just because you say, oh, I accept Jesus Christ and all this other stuff, that does not mean that you are a good person at all. And a lot of you Christians.
Precious, do you mind if I cut you off? Because this is for people who disagree. This is for people who disagree, who thinks that the people who come up should only be the people who think that Christianity did bring something good to humanity. So you would only come up if you think Christianity brought some goodness to humanity. That's the only way you would come up. But thank you, Precious. I appreciate it.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you would only come up if you think Christianity did bring some good. But you said they love to hide behind the book and dodge accountability. Yeah, but notice how she's gonna say, "Oh, what is your definition of Christianity?" As if Christianity is not already defined. This is what I'm saying. Like they always, they can't not lie. They can't not come up here and be a liar. They have to be liars. 90% of Christians have never read the Bible front to back, 100%. No, they haven't. And they're gonna lie. Every single time they go lie. But let's get back to it. Human dignity, Christianity did not bring human dignity, it violated it. It violated it with slavery, caste hierarchies, meaning man is head of woman, over child, under God, and I'm supposed to rule over you, I'm superior to you. Yeah, all those hierarchies and caste systems, you can give that to Christianity. Psychological comfort comes from belief systems of any kind. Same effect from Buddhism. Social cohesion. It didn't bring social cohesion. So what is exclusive to Christianity? Only these things, and none are positive in a measurable way. So these are the things exclusive to Christianity. They are not positive. Original sin doctrine, eternal punishment, salvation contingent on belief, not behavior. This is why Christians are so evil, behavior. This is why Christian behavior is evil, because salvation is only contingent on you believing in this narcissistic male God. Your behavior does not matter. That's why anybody can enter into Christianity. Female subordination framed as divine order. Christianity brought this. Moral authority outsourced to an invisible male deity. These are unique, yes, but not demonstrably beneficial. The core problem. Christianity does not produce unique goods. If you think that it does, then come tell us what the unique good is. If you think that it should be easy. It should be easy. This should be a cakewalk for Christians. This should be the easiest thing for Christians to do. If there is some good, then just tell us what it is. If there is some good, just tell us what it is. Let me go back to it. Anything good attributed to Christianity either existed before it, exists without it, or improves when stripped of it. Anything truly unique to it is metaphysical and unprovable or demonstrably harmful. Final verdict, no wiggle room. Christianity has zero exclusive, measurable, reality-anchored positives. There is nothing good about this. If it did, it would be identifiable the way vaccines reduce disease, sanitation reduces mortality, literacy increases outcomes. No Christian can prove that sin is wrong. You guys' actions always prove that the group itself is no good. The history behind is evil, even how Christianity got started in the first place. Again, Christianity doesn't even make Christians better. If it doesn't make the believers better, if it doesn't make the people who participate in it better, then it's trash. These people are not better by believing this. They're not. Did that woman seem like she was better? Or did she come up here aggressive and lying? She came up here aggressive and lying. Instead, Christianity's benefits disappear the moment you remove social pressure, cultural inheritance, and emotional dependency. This is why y'all are Christians, not because it's good. Tanasia goes and you are a liar. Anyway, Tanasia, shut up. Because you had your opportunity to come up here and speak and you didn't do it. You had your chance to come up here and speak and you decided to lie. You had your chance to speak and you came up here and tried to pretend you didn't even know what Christianity meant. So don't sit in the chat box at all. Do not sit in the chat box and think you go bussy pop. You're not. You came up lying. Yeah, because you came up here lying, acting like you came up here playing dumb, and maybe you weren't playing, but you came up here acting like you didn't even know the definition of Christianity, and you tried to say that you weren't one. So immediately you came up here lying. You came up here lying. No one needs your message. No one needs you. You can save your message. I'm just going to delete it. So don't waste your time because I'm just going to delete it. We ain't listening to nothing else that you got to say. If Christianity were invented today and evaluated like any other system, it wouldn't be adopted. It will be studied as a historical coping structure that outlived its usefulness. That's not an insult, it's an audit. So I said, what negative human behavior does Christianity eliminate? What negative human behavior does Christianity eliminate? None. Christianity does not reliably eliminate any negative human behavior, not one. Not one. There is no negative human behavior that Christianity eliminates. None. Like I said, Christianity doesn't even make Christians stop lying. Layla said it's not about the audio, it's about the message. Y'all Christians don't take accountability for nothing. You blame everything on God and the devil. They are the devil. They are the devil. Let's get it real clear. If Christianity eliminated a behavior, we'd see lower rates among Christians than non-Christians, but we don't. Consistency across culture than time, but we don't. Clear causal linkage to Christian belief, not law, fear, or resources. The evidence does not exist. Let's test the usual suspect, violence. Christian nations have waged crusades, colonial wars, slavery enforcement, genocides. Modern data, Christians are not less violent than secular populations. Results, not eliminated. It didn't eliminate violence. It doesn't eliminate sexual abuse. Church is now systemic concealment of abuse. Abuse rates among clergy are not lower than in comparable secular situations. Christians often delay reporting via forgiveness doctrine. Terrible. Results, not eliminated, sometimes enabled. Lying hypocrisy, didn't I say it don't even make Christians not lie? Didn't I say Christianity doesn't even make Christians not lie? Christianity incentivizes public virtue signaling. Christianity incentivizes lying, private moral failure, confession without accountability. Jesus himself calls this out, Pharisees, which tells you it was already endemic. Did Christianity stop humans from lying? No, it promoted it. Just like that Christian just came up here lying. She came up here lying. Greed, prosperity gospel exists. Christian elites hoard wealth. Capitalist exploitation flourished inside Christian societies. If greed were eliminated, the Vatican would be a library, not a real estate empire. Results not eliminated. Misogyny. Christianity deified. Christianity placed divinity on female subjugation. Female subjugation is doctrinal. Women excluded from authority by design. Sexual purity burdens placed disproportionately on women. This isn't a bug, it's a feature. Results not eliminated, codified. Not Christianity codifying misogyny. Tribalism, us versus them. So not only does Christianity not unify, it divides. It made people more divided. Christianity is explicitly exclusionary. Saved versus unsaved, believer versus heathens. This fuels dehumanization, not restraint. Result, intensify, not eliminated. So it made you more divided. What Christianity actually does, it relabels behavior, it doesn't remove it. Anger gets reclassified as righteous anger. Control gets classified as headship. Fear gets put as faith. Obedience gets casted as virtue. Shame gets recasted into conviction. Same behaviors, new vocabulary. Can somebody get this demon out my chat box? Can somebody block the demon in my chat box? The demon is doing what demons do, which come in here and spread disinformation and deceit. Thank you. We not dealing with demons trying to dust up the chat box. You didn't come up here and be honest. You proved the point. Get your ass out of here. You can't come back from the fact that you proved the point. The key insight, this matters. Christianity focuses on belief compliance, not behavior. Didn't me and Themis have this debate? Didn't me and Themis have the debate that Christianity Christianity does not promote good behavior. It promotes belief that a person can engage in any behavior and still be a Christian, because all Christianity wants you to do is believe in the power of a male God that doesn't exist. The only thing you have to do to be a Christian and to be saved and to be seen as a good person in Christianity, you don't have to change your behavior. You just have to believe in a male God. You just have to believe that males are superior. You just have to be willing to submit to a man. You just have to be willing to subjugate yourself and throw yourself at the feet of an abusive man and be willing to forgive his abuse. That's all you got to do to be a Christian. That's it. You don't got to change your behavior. You can fornicate Monday and then go to Monday through Saturday, go to church on Sunday, and you fine. You can be a serial killer, but as long as you say, I'm saved through this male God, you are fine in the eyes of Christians. They'll even vote you into the seat of presidency. They'll even make you the president. Who cares if you got 34 felony convictions and you're a lawless man and the Bible says to obey the law of the land that you're in? Who cares about that? Who cares about the fact that this is a man who's now proven to be tied to a man who is exploiting children sexually? Oh well, let's make him the president. Who cares if said man said he ain't even getting into heaven? God wouldn't forgive him. Don't matter. Let's make him the leader of the country. Oh, okay. ISIS 1905, get up here. Take the link. Take the link and come up here or you're going to get blocked. Because if I'm wrong, then come prove me right. That means you get to come prove me right. Christianity focuses on belief compliance, not behavior elimination. You can be violent and Christian, be abusive and Christian, be dishonest in Christian. Most of them are this. Be exploitative in Christian. As long as you confess, believe, submit, and claim forgiveness. That's not moral reform. That's moral laundering. Final answer. Christianity eliminates zero negative behaviors. What reduces harmful human behavior is law, education, economic security, accountability, social consequences, and evidence-based ethics. Christianity does not. Christianity coexists with those improvements when forced to, but it does not generate them. If a system claims divine moral authority and still cannot eliminate even one universal human harm, it is not a moral solution. It's a narrative overlay. And overlays don't change human behavior, structures do. That's why Christianity ain't changed no human behavior. Tina Mayfield, get up here. Take the link and come up here or get blocked. Tina Mayfield, y'all, we gonna give Tina Mayfield 1 minute to come up here. If Tina Mayfield don't come up here, block her. Cause you ain't gonna be in the comments saying I'm wrong, but you ain't coming up here. So I asked, what good has Christianity exclusively brought to humanity? None. None. Christianity ain't brought no good to humanity. And even if you want to mention your God ain't brought no good to humanity. Your God has not brought any good to humanity. So we can take Christianity out and put your God in there. And then you can come prove the good that your God brought to humanity. In fact, we can ask this and it'll literally scan history. So we'll ask it, what good has the Christian God brought to humanity? That is exclusive to your God. So if you want to put your God on the scan, we can. You said you in a give me time? I don't know what means. But I'm telling you, if you want to put your God on the stand, we can put your God on the stand. It's going to read the same as Christianity. God and Christianity are two different things. There is no group or name in the Bible. Okay, we gonna see what the human God did. Okay, we gonna see how much changes the human God has made. You said the ideology doesn't matter, the God does. So first we gonna see if there's any evidence to substantiate the existence of this God. First we gonna do that. Because y'all ain't proved no God. So get out of the only thing we dealing with is an ideology unless you go prove the existence of your God. If you're not going to prove the existence of your God, get out of my comment section. Prove that God exists. Layla 8588. Take the link and come show us your proof that God exists or you getting blocked. Y'all please block Layla 8588 if in 1 minute she don't come up here and give us her evidence that God exists. Because you said it ain't about Christianity, it's about God. Okay, come bring us your God. But we gonna see if your God did anything to change humanity in a beneficial way. Cause I'm guessing that if the ideology which of your God can't change humanity, your God who has failed to create even a batch of humans that he didn't destroy would say your God cannot achieve it either. Cause this is the same God that had to destroy humans twice because he can't make a good batch of humans.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Precious, what are we doing? Because you said you agree.
No. So I'm kind of echoing. So what I was saying was, I don't have a religion. People want to specify God this and that. I look at God.
Precious, can you prove the existence of God?
God is within all.
Can you, if God is, no, can you prove the existence of God? Nobody, saying God is within a person is not proof. Can you prove the existence of God?
No, because
okay, so stop mentioning it. You do not get to come up here and talk about something that you haven't proved to exist. So you can say that God exists in your mind, and then that's a psychological thing, but you don't get to come say, well, God exists, but I just can't prove it.
No.
Let me explain.
Go ahead.
I don't have the same perception as
other people
when it comes to God.
Precious, that's fine. Can you prove the existence of God or not?
Do I have on my
Can you prove? The answer would be no. The answer would be no. I cannot prove that God exists. Okay, so stop mentioning God. I'm dealing with an ideology here, an ideology that has an actual book. So we don't need to prove that the Christian ideology exists. We know it do. But you don't get any God. I don't care what the God is. Don't tell me about the God unless you can prove the God exists.
That's what I'm
saying. My perception.
We're not asking for your perception, we asking for proof. So when you got the proof, you can come back. Tina Mayfield.
Yes.
Go ahead. How am I wrong? So tell me the good that Christianity has brought to humanity that is exclusive to Christianity. Go ahead.
Well, I think the problem that you're missing, you're talking about Christianity. That's all man-made. God is not in it.
Tina, can you prove the existence of God?
Yes, I can.
Okay, prove it. Give me the tangible proof.
Okay.
Do you know what tangible means?
How did you put it?
Do you know what tangible means, Tina?
Yeah, tangible things that you need, right?
Tangible is either that I can see or touch. That's what it means. Give me something that I can see or touch to prove that your God exists.
Well, can you see the wind?
Bye. Well, we not dealing with the wind exists, so, or, yes, we can see the wind. Yes, you can see the wind, genius. You can see the wind. When you see every damn thing moving around outside, what do you think is moving it? The damn wind. Like, did you see what I mean with these Christians? Do you see what I mean with these Christians? Deceitful. Like, again, they go prove the point. So, what good has Christianity exclusively brought to humanity? None. Christianity has brought no good to humanity that is both exclusive to it and demonstrably real. It's brought no good to humanity. Here's the airtight breakdown. To count as exclusive, it must exist only because of Christianity, be measurably beneficial in the real world, not arise from human psychology, culture, law, and other belief systems. This is how you weed it out for Christianity. Still pause 216, get up here, because astrology can be proven, religion cannot. Get up here. We can literally point to the zodiac stars in the sky. So there's more proof. Astronomy proves astrology. Where is the proof of your God, though? Because we can all prove zodiac signs. You can go take an astronomy course and prove the stars of the zodiac signs. They in the sky. Now prove that Christianity brought some good to humanity. Because I'm saying it hasn't. You suggesting that it has. You're deflecting. Ain't nobody trying to make astrology the universal religion. Ain't nobody trying to make astrology the universal religion. Astrology doesn't have a history of oppression, gender discrimination, slavery, genocide, crusades, burning of women. That's not the history of astrology. Mistype means she has proven it. No, Tina was up here lying. Tina was up here lying. That's what you was doing. You was up here lying and playing dumb. Yeah, Layla, you can come up here and explain yourself. Take the link. Oh yeah, where is Just Saying? Just Saying, type something in here. Yeah, you did, Tina. You came up here lying and playing dumb. Well, maybe you weren't playing. Maybe that really is what you are. Still function if you remove fear of harm, of hell, and the promise of heaven. Christianity fails this test across the board. Every claim good collapses under scrutiny. Charity existed in non-Christian religions before. Human trait, not Christian. Forgiveness, practice everywhere. Not exclusive and often misused. Moral restraint, Christians do not show lower rates of violence, abuse, corruption, or exploitation. Moral behavior tracks with laws, education, and equality, not belief. So again, Christianity is not even making Christians better people. It doesn't even make Christians better people, because Christians do all of these things. And then they say, well, I'm a work in progress. Well, every sinner has a past and every saint has a future, or every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Human dignity, love thy neighbor. Christian historically restricted dignity to men, believers, and free people. Universal human rights emerge after society's weakened Christian authority. Right, because we know even right now, Christian nationalists, they're not talking about giving people rights. They're talking about let's take away women's human rights. Let's restrict women. Let's oppress women. Let's put women into captivity because that's what God wants. But we about to test a God too. Meaning, existing art, parenthood, science, so no. Christianity provides one story, not a unique human capacity. What is exclusive to Christianity? Original sin, eternal punishment for disbelief, salvation by belief rather than conduct, female subordination framed as divine, moral authority, access to an invisible male God. These are unique, and none are good in a provable way. The core reality is, this is the part people avoid, Christianity does not create good behavior. It claims ownership of good behavior humans already do. Then it adds fear, shame, hierarchy, obedience, and moral outsourcing, and calls the results virtue. So, Christianity has produced zero exclusive goods for humanity. Any benefits attributed to it existed without it, existed before it, and improves when detached from it. If Christianity vanished tomorrow, humans would still love, they would still help, they would still build, they would still create meaning, and they would still develop ethics. What would disappear is hell threats, sin-based shame, doctrinal control, and patriarchal moral authority. And it is a cleanup. Christianity survives not because it brings something humanity can't live without. J. Lou said either God is not all good or God is not all knowing. This God is ineffective and abandoned by character. Exactly. Exactly. No one cares what Tina Mayfield is talking about. You came up here lying, get your ass on. Bottom line. Now look, what negativity does Christianity provide to humanity that are unique to Christianity? What negativity do y'all think? How many of y'all think we about to get a laundry list? Because now we asking about the negativity that Christianity brought to humanity. We know there's no good. And we know there's no Christian that can prove that there's any good because there is none. Miss Divine said, I would prefer a follower of the way and not Christian. It doesn't matter what way. The way is negative. Even if you say, it don't matter how you twist it. You can call it Christianity. You can call it the word. You can call it the way. You can call it a follower of Christ. None of it has resulted in anything good. It ain't gonna change the fact that it ain't good. It's not gonna change the fact that it only brought you in negativity to humanity. Because even your God has to be evil. And we about to test your God. We about to test your fictitious, non-existent God. That's what we about to do. Now we just go, all we're gonna do now is indict your God. I'll answer this cleanly, directly, and without theatrics. Christianity's net negativity to humanity, split into two buckets. Negative unique to Christianity, negative not unique but significantly amplified by Christianity. So, negativity unique to Christianity. These are harms that require Christian doctrine to exist. Remove Christianity and these disappear. Eternal punishment for disbelief. Notice how it's not saying eternal punishment for negative behavior. It's saying eternal damnation for disbelief. Infinite punishment for finite behavior. Condemnation based on belief, not harm caused. Weaponized fear of moral enforcement. Measurable impact, chronic anxiety. Religious OCD. Trauma around death. Fear-based obedience replacing moral reasoning. No secular system and no other major ethical framework ties eternal torture to intellectual disagreement. Net effects, psychological harm, and moral coercion. Unique and negative. Original sin, inherited moral defect. Christianity teaches humans are born broken, born guilty, in need of salvation from a male before acting. Measurable effects, shame-based identity formation, suppress self-trust, externalize moral authority, infantized adulthood. Only God knows best. I'm just going to give it to God. This is not universal religion. It is a specifically Christian. Negative effect, identity damage, and learned helplessness. Status, unique and negative. Salvation by belief over behavior. Christianity uniquely asserts a moral criminal can be saved by belief. A moral non-believer is damned. This hinges on belief, not behavior. This is why it cannot change anything, because it's not based on behavior, it's based on belief. Consequences, ethical behavior decoupled from accountability. Confession replaces repair. Forgiving replaces responsible. Hold on, y'all, I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. Women are literally believing a doctrine that says a human was created from the rib of a man. The birth rates are low. Men are not at all using their ribs to create somebody. Precious, what do you want? Precious, what do you want and why do you keep coming up here?
I wanted to explain.
Okay, you got 30 seconds to explain. Well, what are you trying to explain?
That what I'm saying, I'm not saying that I am a Christian. I agree with you when it comes to going against the Christianity, any religion of that sort. I came out of here for support because I have been watching you for a long time. And the things that you have said has changed my life in a lot of ways. Now, the research that I have come across, it has to do with the womb itself. So what I call the womb, I may call it.
I just want to say, well, where is this going? Like, what does the womb have to do with this discussion?
Because basically Christianity, how they have explained it, it is completely backwards. And the only thing that has created anything on this planet was a woman. So the only
right, but we know this. So tell us the link between this, because it's giving you're coming up here to filibuster again. So please connect the dots between the womb and Christianity, and please do it in 30 seconds.
I'm not here to I really not. All I'm saying is that the woman itself is God. I'm on serious. I really practice this myself. I'm not here to get no clout from you or nothing like that. That's what I'm saying, because we create.
I know, but we know this, Precious. We know this. This is irrelevant to the discussion, because we already know human females are the only creators of life on this planet when it comes to humans. Like we know this.
So that's why I said earlier, woman is the God. That's the only that we have of a God. That's all I was saying. I wasn't here to do anything else. I wasn't here to cause no confusion, no nothing like that. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that when you initially came up, if you would have said the woman is God and I don't think there is a God, it's just women, then yeah, I would have said that. But the thing is, you don't disagree with the prompt. That's the thing. You don't disagree, but you keep wanting to come up here and talk, but you don't disagree with the prompt. This is for people
I didn't want you to look at me as this
That's why I decided to come on, because I know there are other people that come on and they do the filibustering, they try you. So I just basically want to let you know, like, no, I'm not here to try you. I watch your videos all the time. Everything that you say, most of it, actually all of it, is true. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Precious, hold on, because I want to respond to this with this person, because Sunflower Kisses, I need you to come up, because you said woman is the evidence of God. I need you to come up here and explain how women are the evidence of God. And what God are women the evidence of? Because hopefully you're not going to assert that women creating life is the evidence of a male God. So, Sunflower Kisses, come on up so you can explain this comment. And if you don't, you can exclude. You can excuse yourself. If you don't want to come up and explain your comment, then you can excuse yourself. But Precious, the problem is that this derails the conversation. I'm not thinking about you in any negative way, not at all. But this does derail the conversation because you don't disagree. But you keep coming up here as if you have a point to make that relates to the discussion and you don't. Like, that's the thing. You don't have a point that relates to the discussion.
Okay.
I could just go back down. You dropped me down.
And I was like, she's saying that I'm Christian or I believe in the male God. I don't at all. I have, again, done a lot of studies, and basically we are the gatekeepers. The woman is God, and that right there can be proven. So I can go right back down if you want me to. Respect to your choice.
All right, yeah. But no, I don't think anything negative about you. The only people I think something negative about is these Christians, because they're liars, and it just gets on my. I don't like it when people lie and play in my face, and that's exactly what they're doing. But I mean, we knew they were gonna lie, and play in my face is just annoying. So the angst that I have is not towards you; it's toward liars, because whether they're religious or not. A person lying to me and acting like I don't know that they're lying is deeply offensive. So it's not you that's the issue. But let me get Sunflower Kisses so Sunflower Kisses can explain how women creating life is evidence of any God. Because the only thing women creating life is evidence of is women creating life. But sure, go ahead, Sunflower.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, according to Christianity, God is the creator, right? Right. But they.
Okay. Here's the thing. That's fine. Hold up, Sunflower Kisses. That's fine. Christianity can claim that God is real. I'm saying prove it. Prove it. And your proof cannot be Christianity says God is real, because Christianity was created by a group of men, human men, and we know that definitively. So again, what is the proof?
We know that definitively.
Right. So what is the proof that your God exists? What is the proof?
The Christian religion derives from other teachings that
I'm gonna say this again, Sunflower Kisses, because I'm getting annoyed. Christianity is not proof of a God, because Christianity was created by human males. Now, where is your proof that God exists? And do not mention Christianity or the Bible. Where is the proof?
Proof that God exists
Where is it?
is the life givers.
Okay, bye. Again, Christians want to sit up here and they want to gaslight and lie and deceive. And you just go get out because we not doing it. Women are proof that women can create life. Nothing more, nothing less. Women being able to create life is not proof of any God. It's proof in women. If I want to prove that women create life, I need to do nothing more than go to the maternity ward of a hospital. All I need to go do is talk to my mom. I can go look at my sisters. If I need to prove that women create life. Women creating life is not proof of any God. It's not. Just lying. But let's see what they God did. Well, first we gonna go through this. So Christianity made divine male authority as cosmic default. The outcome of a male God is not positive. Structural misogyny, women barred from authority, female suffering reframed as virtue, abuse justified as leadership. This is hierarchy, it's doctrinal, not cultural accident. The net negative effect is gender-based harm baked into theology. It is unique and it's negative. Virtue through suffering. Christianity glorifies women having endurance over resistance, submission over self-protection, suffering as spiritual refinement. Measurable damage, abuse victims encouraged to stay, poverty romanticized, injustice normalized. No evidence suffering improves morality. Plenty that it entrenches harm. So the net negative effect, harm preservation. It is unique to Christianity and very negative. So negativity not unique but amplified by Christianity. These behaviors exist elsewhere, but Christianity gives them moral cover, scale, and longevity. Tribalism, meaning the opposite of unity. The opposite of unity. Us versus them. Christianity divides humanity into saved, unsaved, believers, and heathens. Amplification effect, moral superiority, dehumanization, colonization justification, conversion violence. This is tribalism with divine endorsement, which makes it worse. Net effect, scale dehumanization, status, amplified harm. It's no wonder that only corrupt people are attracted to this corrupt doctrine. Violence justified as righteousness. Christianity didn't invent violence, but it sanctified it, ritualized it, externalized it. Examples: the Crusades, forced conversions, colonial domination, slavery justification. Violence backed by God is harder to stop than violence backed by greed. Net effect, moral immunity for brutality. Status, amplified harm. It made people more demonic. It made people worse, not better. This makes people worse. It divides them more. It makes them oppress more. It makes them more racist. It makes them more homophobic. It enhances every negative human condition on the planet. This is not a good doctrine. It only amplifies negativity. It does not produce good. Sexual repression and pathology. Christian doctrine frames desire as sinful, women as temptation, sex as moral risk. Measured outcome, shame-based sexuality, higher rates of secrecy and abuse, obsession disguised as purity. Repression doesn't eliminate desire, it distorts it. So the net effect, sexual dysfunction and abuse concealment, which means it's amplifying harm. It's amplifying harm. Anti-intellectualism. Christianity didn't invent ignorance, but it elevated faith over evidence, framed doubt as sin, resisted science inquiry historically. This is still going on. This is going on as we speak. Both of these are going on as we speak. Because of religion, because of Christianity, mothers are dying. They are dying because of this. Yet again, Christianity is causing women to be harmed. Women are dying. Their babies are dying because of medical misinformation, science denial, like the notion that an embryo or a zygote is a human child. It is not. There is a difference between a zygote and a human child, but Christianity brings in medical misinformation. We know you got a bunch of Christian nationalists deciding what women do with their body is directly affecting black women more. So yet again, this religion being tied to the death of black people. Oh, and what the religion just called Nigeria to be bombed. More black people dying under this religious doctrine. You got them wreaking medical havoc on black women specifically, and Christianity just got Nigeria bombed. I wonder how many Nigerians died. Because here goes Christianity's body count. Christianity got the highest body count out here. Science denial, education resistance. Whenever faith conflicts with evidence, Christianity trains people to choose faith. Net effect, epistemic damage, amplified harm. We can see it. We can see it. The reason those people are turning black people away is because of religious racism. That's why. The division that this caused, the hatred that this made you feel for another black person because they didn't believe this. Institutional abuse protection. Christian structures centralize authority, moral infallibility claims, internal adjudication. Results, systemic cover-up, abuse persistence, victim silencing. This isn't incidental, it's structural. Net negative effect, abuse perpetuation. Amplified harm. Amplified harm. Bottom line, Christianity's net effect on humanity produces no exclusive measurable good, produces multiple exclusive harms, amplifies existing human harms by adding divine justification. If you strip Christianity down to what it only contributes, you are left with fear-based morality, shame-based identity, hierarchical obedience, and eternal punishment narratives. Those features aren't features of a healthy moral system. They're tools of control. Christianity's net contribution is negative, not because humans are evil, but because Christianity institutionalizes our worst instincts and called them holy. This is what Christianity did. So I said, ain't the devil said to be the author of all negative behavior and mindsets? Because it's looking like this is your devil right here. This is your devil. Short answer, yes. Christianity claims the devil is the author of all negative behaviors. Honest answer, that claim collapses the moment you examine it. This is why they don't want you talking about Christianity. This is why they don't want you questioning Christianity. Because the moment you do, it becomes evident that this is demonic. What Christianity teaches: Satan is the source of all evil. Humans are tempted into wrongdoing. Sin is externally introduced, not internally generated. This framing is doing a lot of work, too much. Why this creates a logical and moral failure, it removes human accountability. If evil comes from the devil, humans are fallen and weak. Forgiveness wiped the slate clean, then responsibility is always displaced. The devil tempted me, I'm only human, God forgave me, I'm a work in progress. Every saint has the past and every sinner has the future. It contradicts observable reality. We can measure negative behavior and trace them to trauma, power imbalance, scarcity, socialization, incentives, biology, and psychology. So look what I asked. If Christianity only brings negativity, and the devil is the author of negativity, what does that say about Christianity? Logically, you can only include that Christianity will be the devil's indoctrination. What it says about Christianity as a system: if a belief system claims all good comes from God, claims all harm comes from the devil, produces no exclusive measurable good, fails to eliminate any negative human behavior, introduces unique harm of its own, redirects accountability away from humans and institutions, then that system is not morally productive. It's morally extractive. So then, we gonna put they God on there first. I said, it also means that Christianity functions like the devil. Because it does. It said, yes, functionally that conclusion follows. It does. When you look at all the variables, Christianity functions like the devil. Not symbolically, not rhetorically, operationally. If you strip away belief and look at how the system behaves in the real world, Christianity ends up performing the very role it assigned to the devil. I'll say it again. If you strip away belief and look at how the system behaves in the real world, Christianity performs the very role it assigned to the devil. Christianity and the devil function in practice. Christianity theology says the devil introduces fear, spreads guilt and shame, obscures truth, encourages obedience over understanding, diverts accountability, normalizes suffering, keeps human dependent on external authority. Now compare that to Christians' actual effect. Fear as control, shame as identity, truth distortion, accountability displacement, harm equals the devil, desire equals temptation, abuse equals sin, power equals God's will. Christianity systemically redirects responsibility away from humans. That doesn't reduce evil, it protects it. Suffering and sanctification, carry your cross, blessed are the meek, endure, submit, forgive, stay. Dependency engineering. You are nothing without God. You can't reason without scripture. You can't be moral without belief. Again, unavoidable conclusion. Christianity claims the devil causes harms, then replicates the same mechanism, while insisting it's the cure. It's lying. It's lying. Now, it doesn't mean Christians are evil. They act evil. But let's put y'all's God on the stand. First, we gonna do this. Is there any measurable, tangible, or forensic evidence existing anywhere that proves a male God exists? If so, what is it and where is it? No, there is no measurable, tangible, or forensic evidence anywhere that proves a male God exists. Not now, not historically, not in any scientific, medical, archaeological, or legal record. The reason why they got to come up here, well, what is your definition of a Christianity? Well, this evidence, well, do you believe in the air? They got to do all that because they know this ain't backed by nothing. What would count as evidence and why none exist. To prove a male god exists, you will need at least one of the following: physical evidence, a body, DNA, remains, artifacts demonstrably created by a non-human intelligence with male biological markers. Status, none exist. There is no specimen, no relic, no object that can be tested and traced to a male divine being. Forensic and biological markers. To assert male, you will need sex-linked traits, reproductive anatomy. We know Jesus needed a human. We know y'all's God needed a human woman to create his son's body, despite supposedly having created humans from dust. Genetic markers. A male doesn't have the reproductive anatomy to create any life. Genetic markers, or even coherent non-biological criteria for male that withstand scrutiny. Status, impossible and absent. Christian theology explicitly says God has no body, which already collapses the male claim into symbolism, not reality. Archaeological evidence, verified inscriptions contemporaneous with events, independent corroboration, physical sites with testable origin. Status, none. What exists? Text written decades to centuries later, copied, edited, translated, politicized documents, no original manuscripts, no contemporaneous verification. That's literature, not evidence. Scientific detection, observable interaction with reality, predictable effects, repeatable phenomena. None. No experiment has ever detected a God, measured divine intervention, shown outcomes that cannot be explained by natural processes. If a male God interacted with reality, something measurable would show up. Nothing does. Nothing does. Legal historical standards of proof by measures used for courts, medicine, engineering, aviation, and criminal investigation fails completely. Christian claims would not meet the lowest burden of proof in any serious domain. Okay, so if this male God is real, is there any evidence that he has exclusively caused human behavior to improve? No. No. So we putting your God on the stand. We saying if, now based on humanity, the current state of humanity, and everything that is said about this alleged male God, if he exists, based on evidence, would he be good or evil? Since y'all keep mentioning, well, it's about God. It's not about religion. It's about God. Well, through your religion, your God sanctified all of this negativity. So, I mean, it would still be your God. It'd be the same thing. But let's get into it. Framing the question correctly, you ask if this alleged male God exists, then based on evidence, the observable state of humanity and what is attributed to him, would he be good or evil? That means we judge him the same way we judge any agent with power, by outcomes. Well, the fact that he destroyed his own creation twice would mean he can't even create a good creation. It means they're saying he's good, but the product just ain't good. How can you be good, but your creation be bad? So bad that you have to destroy it twice because you regret it. That means we judge him the same way we judge any engaging with power, by outcomes, by responsibility, by consistency, by harm versus benefit. Intentions don't matter if results are catastrophic. Outcomes do. What this male God is said to be responsible for. Christian doctrine attributes him to omnipotence, meaning he can intervene, omniscience, knows everything, moral perfection, authority over life, death, suffering, creation of the system as is. That removes plausible deniability. Observable state of humanity, the evidence. We see persistent mass suffering, systemic violence, extreme inequality, abuse of women and children, natural disasters killing indiscriminately, disease predating modern medicine, moral improvement driven by human intervention, not divine action. And importantly, these harms are not diminishing in proportion to belief. They improve only when humans change systems themselves. Three possible explanations, only one survives evidence. Option one, he is good but powerless. This fails immediately. Christianity explicitly denies this. A powerless God is not the God described. So he ain't good but powerless. So this ain't it, based on evidence. Option two, he is neutral or indifferent. This one means he allows suffering without intervention. He watches but does not act. He created a system where harm is normal. Indifference to preventable suffering when you have power is not goodness. At best, this is moral negligence. Option three, he is actively harmful or malevolent. This aligns disturbingly well with evidence. Created flawed beings, punishes them, allows suffering, called it test, but he's all-knowing, rewards obedience, not well-being, prioritizes belief over harm reduction, allows atrocities, intervenes rarely or never, demands worship under threat of punishment. This is not how a good actor behaves. This does match how authoritarian rulers behave, abusive parents behave, cult leaders behave. The decisive standard, the moral mirror test, asks one question. If a human ruler behaved the way their male God is said to behave, would we call him good? No. Humans will get together and destroy him. Answer honestly, allows mass suffering while claiming power to stop it, punishes disbelief more than cruelty, demands worship, uses fear to enforce loyalty, sacralizes obedience, blames victims. Their ruler will be labeled tyrannical, abusive, and dangerous. Not good. The unavoidable conclusion based on the evidence alone. If this male God exists as described, he will not qualify as morally good. At best, he will be indifferent, negligent, and unfit for moral authority. At worst, he will be actively harmful, authoritarian, functionally abusive. There is no evidence-based pathway to call him good without redefining goodness so severely that it becomes meaningless. One final important distinction. This conclusion does not mean humans are evil, compassion is fake, goodness doesn't exist. It means human moral progress happens despite this God, not because of him. And goodness survives without his intervention. Which leads to the final quiet truth. If goodness exists, it is human. If evil exists, it thrives where power is unchecked and accountability is absent. And any being, human or divine, who fits that pattern does not earn the label good, no matter how often it's claimed. So, now we put the test for your God. We made the test and we tested your God, and it came back based on the information, your God is evil. Your God would be evil. The indoctrination is trash, the God is trash. Yeah, they pick and choose parts of the Bible because salvation isn't based on behavior, it's based on belief. Just feed the narcissism of this evil entity and you can get into whatever the kingdom is, even though ain't nobody seen it. And the reason why Christians ain't up here is because they can't. We've seen every single one of them lie, deflect, gaslight, and play dumb. What we did not see is any Christian come up and answer the question. We didn't see any of it. Yep, he's all-knowing, yet he keeps getting disappointed in people. He's a source of good, but his creation keeps coming out evil, and he can't seem to make a good batch of humans. That's what I want to know. I want to know, why is it that your male God cannot create good humans? Why? Why is it that everything that your God creates, he's a source of good, but what he creates in his image is evil? Undeniably evil. And clearly, he thinks they're more evil because he keeps destroying them. He keeps destroying them. Y'all's male God literally keeps destroying the creation because he's delusional, because your male God is not good, but he seems to think he's going to create something that's good. And even in that very Bible, the only thing y'all's male God can create is corrupt, unchanging, problematic humans that can't get rid of their evil. And the reason they can't get rid of their evil is because their God is evil. That's why. Based on evidence, ain't no evidence that your God is good. We put the test to your God. You can't prove your God, but even if your God existed, if it's the Christian God, oh, that's not good. A pastor can't even tell you the goodness that Christianity brought to humanity. A pastor couldn't even tell you it. Then come up here, Vanna Ray. If you can't believe what you hear in Vanna Ray, I was gonna get up, I was gonna get off, but you can come up. You can come up, Vanna, or you just gonna get blocked.
Is Cynthia, I want to say one thing.
Vanna, come up. Yeah, and if she don't come up, just block her out. Actually, when the clock hit 30 after, if Vanna ain't out, Vanna's getting blocked. Yeah, nobody is forced to believe. And you can just leave. Just leave. Vanna, just see your way out, because you can say ain't nobody forced to believe. If you want to believe in a demonic doctrine, believe it. Believe it. Believe that demonic doctrine that you held to, because you're a slave to the devil's doctrine. And the reason it's the devil's doctrine, because you can't point to no good that came from it. You're not going to tell me the religion is good, but the only thing it produces is evil. We just proved that it only produces evil. Ain't none of y'all, the fact that y'all would still be Christian, but you can't name one thing good that is done for humanity, shows the type of person that you are. Face the real threat, come up here. You said, do you follow Christ's teachings or the version that makes you morally superior? Christ's teachings are evil, get up here and prove they ain't. Face the real threat, come up here and defend Christ's teachings. I am wearing Hello Kitty. Yeah, I am wearing Hello Kitty. Yeah, just block those people. They not gonna come up. It's fine. They not gonna come up because they can't validate it. They can't. And I told y'all on Patreon I was gonna put them in a box. Didn't I tell y'all I'm put them in a box where they can't get out? They in a box. That's why they are in a box. They are exactly where they are. This is how you back someone up against the wall to where they can't say shit. This is how you put them in a box that they can't get out of. They can't get out of this box. They're in the devil box and they can't get out of it because I just put them in here. And they can't get out. They can't. Notice they worship a box, walk around it, wear them on their head, and then say they break the box. Christianity was nowhere mentioned in the Bible. Yeah, no, they can't get out of this. They can't get out of this box because they've been put in an area. The Christianity has been put in the box that they can't defend. Yeah, they wouldn't be mad if they could prove it. They wouldn't. They're mad because they can't prove it, because it is the truth. It's the truth. Nothing good has come from this doctrine. And if you do got a male God, he is evil, based on the evidence. And if you are a follower of an evil person, well, I think you know exactly what that means about you. That says a lot about you. If you are attracted to a demonic doctrine that only produces negativity, then that's on you. But I'm about to get off of here. My head is hurting now. I'm getting a headache, so it means I need to stop. It ends on a male pun. Come here. We'll have more discussions like this. We're going to have more discussions like this, but I'll see y'all later. I'm about to go decompress and get rid of this headache. Bye.